Recorded Books and One Click Digital present 1634, The Ram Rebellion, by Eric Flint and Virginia DeMarce. Narrated by George Guidell.
Part 1. Recipes for Revolution. The hand of the Lord came upon me, and he brought me out by the Spirit of the Lord, and set me down in the middle of a valley. It was full of bones. He led me all around them. There were very many lying in the valley, and they were very dry. He said to me, "Mortal, can these bones live?" I answered, "O Lord God, you know." Ezekiel, chapter 37, verses 1 through 3. Cookbooks. Eric Flint. June 1631. After Melissa Maley ushered Mike Stearns into her living room and took a seat on an armchair facing him, she lifted her eyebrows. The expression on her face was one that Mike still remembered from years earlier, when he'd been a high school student and Melissa had been the most notorious teacher in the high school, which she still was, for that matter. For the adult population of Grantville, Melissa's notoriety stemmed from her radical political opinions. For her students, however, that notoriety had an entirely different basis. Whatever flamboyantly egalitarian views Ms. Maley entertained regarding society as a whole, there was not a shred of evidence for them in her classrooms. The students who thought she was basically okay, Mike himself had been one of them, called her either the schoolmarm from hell or Melissa the Hun. Behind her back, of course. The terms used by other students went downhill from there, very rapidly downhill in many cases. Granted, all of her students would admit that she was fair, but fair is not actually a virtue admired in a schoolteacher by her students, especially when it was almost impossible to slide anything by her. Merciful, yes. Easygoing, yes. Absent-minded, best of all. Fair? No. As one of Mike's schoolmates had grumbled to him at the time, "Who cares if she's fair?" The boy pointed an accusing finger at the book open before him on the cafeteria table. "So she's making all of us read this crap equally and with no favoritism. Gee, ain't that great?" Mike grimaced. The volume in question was Dante's Inferno, a book he had soon come to detest himself. Ms. Maley's notions of suitable reading for teenagers bore no relationship at all to what teenagers thought themselves. "Fair," his friend continued remorselessly, the accusing finger still rigid. "Sure she is, just like Satan himself in this miserable book." The expression on Melissa's face today was the same one Mike remembered from years before. The aloof, questioning eyebrow lift with which she greeted a student who approached her with a problem after class. A facial gesture which somehow managed to combine three different propositions. 1, "You wish." 2, "Yes, I will be glad to help you." 3, "You will almost certainly wish I hadn't." "You've got the oddest look on your face, Mike," Melissa said, bringing him back to the moment. "What's up?" He smiled, a bit sheepishly. "Just remembering, never mind. I need your advice." "Yes?" That was point 1. Fearlessly, Mike plowed on. "It's fine and dandy for me to give a fancy public speech about launching the American Revolution ahead of schedule. Now that our town is stranded in 17th century Europe, I even got elected head of the emergency committee because of it, thanks to you. But now, you've got to put your money where your mouth is, and you don't really know where to start other than with some fine generalities, very vague, very politician-like, about freedom and equality." She leaned forward in her chair, lacing her long fingers together. "Yes, I understand. I'll be glad to give you whatever advice I can." Point 2, coming like the tides.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.